Hello, this is GottaBeReel movie reviews with Thommi and Jules, and right now we're reviewing the tragedy of Macbeth, which is on Apple TV and in some theaters.
Yes. So first, I'm going to let you introduce the characters because these.
Okay, so it's rated R, and you could watch it on Apple. Well, we already just said
Apple
that.
TV.
Apple TV and in theaters. It was written and directed by Joel Cohen.
Okay.
I think he said his wife wanted him to do it. Okay, so it stars Denzel Washington as Macbeth.
Boom.
Frances McDormand as Lady Macbeth.
Boom.
Alex Hassel as Ross. Bertie Carvel as Banquo.
Banquo did good.
Brendan Gleeson as Duncan. And Corey Hawkins, you might remember him as Dr. Dre.
And what?
In Straight Outta Compton. Plays Macduff.
Oh, okay. I recognize him. Okay.
You didn't recognize
him? I know because
I see him, I'm like, Dr. Dre. You know, he's been in tons of things.
Yeah.
No disrespect, Corey. No disrespect at all.
But no, I'm gonna have to look at that again because I didn't even pay attention.
Yeah.
I actually went because I don't have Apple. I just got a free 7-day trial, so I blew through this, and they have some really good stuff on Apple TV.
Yeah.
And I think it's only like $5 a month. But anyways, I got it for that, and I ended up running into other stuff. So
for those of you who may not know, this is a Shakespearean play, or the movie is based off of Shakespeare.
It's based off the play, and when you're watching it, well, okay, if you're not a theater person and you see this, okay, yeah, just a regular movie. As a theater person watching this, I can totally tell it was meant for the stage. I mean, watch it. It was the same when I watched August Wilson's Fences with Denzel and Viola.
What this is about.
No, I'm just.
Yes, I agree with you on that. I 100% agree.
I can tell.
We'll tell them the summary of what this is about, and then we'll go into all of that. Okay, so a Scottish lord becomes convinced by a trio of witches that he will become the next king of Scotland, and his ambitious wife supports him in his plans of seizing power.
And let me tell you, the word ambitious, right? If I hear, Miss Jules, you're very ambitious. That's a good thing, right? In Shakespeare plays, it is not. Ambitious, they're saying you're trying to do way too much out of your lane. They did the same thing with Caesar. They called Caesar was too ambitious. We had to murder him. He just had these big grandiose thoughts. So they thought ambitious was something totally different than what we think now. I felt the play.
You know what?
I felt the whole play in here. Yeah. And first, when I seen the previews for this, Denzel and Frances McDormand, are you serious? I mean, that you're talking about two phenomenal talents.
Powerhouses. And
they did that character, especially Frances. Ooh, this is one of them things like if you know the play, most people know the play. You're listening to witches. First of all, that's where you already went wrong. Secondly, you're a little bit power hungry for stuff that really is not yours.
But you know what? I didn't take it like that. When I actually watched the movie, I don't feel like this summary is really correct. I didn't write this myself.
Why? Really? Why?
Because I felt like he didn't expect to become the king. Like, he was just doing his thing. He came back from war. He's doing his thing. Boom, bap, bap. And they're like, okay, I'm going to make you king of Scotland because the current king is not doing his job. He's not doing it correctly. So Denzel didn't expect it. Then he came home to his wife. He's like, they're making me king. She's like, what? They're making you king? Well, okay.
Well, what he did to seize that power was all the way foul. Say whatever you want. It was foul.
Okay.
When you are trying to be tricky, first of all, your conscience is going to get the best of you, especially if that really wasn't the type of person you are. You're going to go murder somebody. First of all, your conscience is going to start messing with you. It's going to start messing with your head. Everybody around you, when it's already looking kind of fishy, like, how did this happen when we had... Wait a minute. How did this happen? We got guards and stuff. And see, right there, people are going to start thinking. And then the more you think, who would benefit from this?
Yeah.
Lady Macbeth, is it Macduff or Banquo? Who's going to benefit from this? And then when you see it, they start putting two and two together, and it's not making sense.
Yeah, it gets really out there, and it's filmed all in black and white. But
I loved it.
There's like nuances with some grays and some things. That is artistic, and that was cool.
Very much.
But the overall movie is not my cup of tea.
See, I'm a theater person.
Watched it because she really asked me to.
It was necessary for
us. But if she did not
You wouldn't
I
watch
would
it.
not have watched it because the trailer itself really just turned me off. I was like, this
See,
looks like it sucks.
I got excited when I seen Macbeth.
I didn't get excited at all. It sucked to me. And
You're not a theater. You're not much of a theater
I've seen
person.
like super good trailers, and then the movie sucks. This trailer sucks. So whoever did this, I'm sorry.
The movie didn't
Don't
suck.
hate on me,
It's Macbeth.
The movie.
If you like Macbeth, and you have to understand that it is written in Shakespearean language.
Written in Shakespeare.
Everybody that I've seen, I could tell the people who aren't in theater though. I understand what Shakespeare language is. It was not fun when I first, and everybody can't do Shakespeare.
Right.
It's not easy to do.
Yeah.
You have to have that language. You have to have the accent. The whole.
But as a non-play acting, as a non-actress, a non-play person, I watched it. It is in Shakespearean language. It is in black and white.
A lot of people didn't get it.
I still understood it. I still got it. And when I think back on it, you know, my thoughts are better than the movie was because I get what was happening, but with all the art thou, blah, blah, blah,
that's Shakespeare.
loud, and the black and white. And
I liked the black and white though. I really liked it.
I was like, oh, this is
theater. It's melodramatic, and not to only mention that I liked it in black and white. I didn't even notice it after a while, but I liked that they crossed all of the color lines. Bam. Now what you gonna do about that? They crossed all the color lines in here, and as you can see, again, if you're a theater person, you know, yes,
yeah,
it flowed. There was you didn't have to say, well, this person has to be this color. No, they just cast the actors, and it was good. And I liked that we got past that because in Shakespeare, most Shakespeare plays, you can make the cast diverse.
Yeah, I respect
very
the
much.
actors,
and I like the black and white.
And I know it's the play. You know, I respect all of that. But is it my thing?
It's not your cup of tea.
It's not my thing.
I enjoyed it because I love seeing different versions of Macbeth. We've even, seen different versions of, We Should Kill Caesar and some other things, but it went very well. I mean, it stuck with the play, but it was tragic. It's a tragic story of greed and power.
That's the tragedy of Macbeth.
Yeah, it's a greed and power, but that yearning for power that really ain't necessarily yours and you took it the wrong way, it's gonna backfire, man. And it's not just going to be on him. As you can see, it affects his wife.
Yeah.
And other people probably didn't have to die because of that. So we're saying this is what happens when you let greed and power consume you. Yeah. And it is very tragic. And I'm just telling you, Frances McDormand, Denzel, of course, did a great job. They were both going crazy after they did what they did. But Frances, woo! She was great in 3 Billboards Outside of Ebbing, Missouri.
Oh my gosh.
The movie itself, it wasn't like, oh my God, the movie is fantastic. It was her freaking performance because she is, oh my God, like she's up there. It's her, Meryl Streep. The
3 Billboards
Outside Ebbing, Missouri. Yeah. It was very long, but she was freaking fantastic. I just think she's so fantastic.
You're going to have to do the notes because I threw my papers.
Wow. Okay. So my theater people, you feel this. Now it says the whole movie was shot on a soundstage. Again, soundstage. You could tell. Everything was built. Of course, it has to be. That's pretty typical. I don't know any places that still have active castles.
The CGI was pretty dope. So like I said, I'm not hating. I'm not hating. I'm just saying you could tell, and the CGI was dope. And
you already talked about the grayscale. So now Ethan was uncredited as a director until 2004. Now, this is the first solo directorial effort by Joel Cohen.
Yes.
All of his previous films were directed by his brother Ethan, though Ethan was uncredited as director in 2004. I'm sure they cool, they brothers. But whenever you're doing work, you want your name,
No, I think they did them together until then.
Oh, and he did, but he was uncredited until 2004.
Yeah.
Right. So what I'm saying is that when you do work, though, you're doing whatever it is you're doing on a set, you want your name there. That's part of your resume. You want to be recognized for that, and you deserve it. Yes. So for me, because I'm again, I could tell that it's been for stage. I've always seen it on stage. I'm going with 3.5. I really like the way they done the black and white. I like how they crossed all the color lines and it made no difference. And the acting in there was freaking phenomenal. So I'm going with 3.5. So if you have Apple TV, go ahead and pull it up. I got a 7-day free trial and I watched it, and I'll watch it again just because, I'm not a huge Shakespeare fan, but I love watching people do it because there are some who can do it and some it's hard to do. And I'm one of those people that it's hard. It's hard, especially if you don't even know what they're talking about. And that was the biggest complaint I've seen on some of the blogs was that, what in the world? I understand what they were talking about. Well, dude, you have to read Shakespeare. If you don't know Shakespeare or that type of language, you're not gonna get what's really going on. You'll see the basics of what he did. Or just
really pay attention.
Yeah, it's the language, and it's supposed to be. It's called The Tragedy of Macbeth. We're not supposed to be in common language.
Well, my personal thought is to give it 1 clapper, but because of the actors and the CGI and all that. But no, personally, if you like what I like, don't watch it. But for the actors.
Free. It's free
if you have Apple TV, which I have.
A 7-day free trial.
Okay, look. But for the actors and the CGI and the efforts and whatnot, this is Denzel, Francis, I'm going to give it 2.
Wow, that is so disrespectful.
I'm going to give it 2.
That is disrespectful.
Is it?
Absolutely.
I almost said 3, but I said, I can't lie to y'all. I can't.
Absolutely disrespectful.
I can't lie.
So, okay. She's not much of a theater person. I am. Us theater people feel different. Like I said, when I was reading the blogs, you can tell.
Theater is one thing. Shakespeare is a whole nother thing.
Actually, no, Shakespeare is theater. That is what
no,
theater
but I'm saying with the language.
Yeah, because it's not in modern day.
People have gone to plays now. You can go see Medea in a play, okay? I'm saying.
I don't want to see a Shakespeare play written in modern language because it's not meant to be. Okay. You do not change a playwright's work.
No, you don't.
It is not your job to do that. If you don't want to do what's in that play, then you pick something else. But that is their work, and you do not change it. I do not want to see The Tragedy of Macbeth in 2020.
You don't want to see Medea playing?
Oh, Medea has a movie coming out though on Netflix, by the way. She has something coming out, which I love Medea. But anyway, again, if you're mostly theater people, you'll feel me. If you're not, maybe you might feel like her. But I enjoyed it. Yeah. Watch it alone for the performances.
Yeah. I'm not 100% hating on it. I'm just saying it's not my thing.
Your cup of tea
at all.
Okay. All right. Well, there you have it. So I'm giving it 3.5 clappers. I say go ahead and watch it. Pull it up on Apple TV. Don't forget, we are on Facebook. We are on YouTube. We are on Instagram. Like, subscribe. Tell us what you want. We got you covered. And we'll see you later. Bye-bye.